request. Please note that the Registrar of Directors, Shareholding, and the Registrar of Attendance at the Board Meeting of Directors eligible for re-election is available for inspection during this meeting. Company Secretary. Good. My name is Abdul Samad Rabiu. The chairman of your company. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce my colleagues on the board. To my right is Engineer Yusuf Alurubinji, the Managing Director and Chief Executive of your company. Next to him is Jack Pakanski, the Executive Director and the CFO. We'll call him the money man. Next to him is distinguished Senator Khairat Abdulrazak Gwadebe. Distinguished, you are welcome back from London. She came back only this morning from the UK. So she is able to attend this meeting. Thank you so much, distinguished, for the effort. Next to her is Alhaji Shehu Abubakar, also an independent director, just like distinguished Senator Khairat Abdulrazak Gwadebe. To my left is the company secretary. Hawa Satomi. Hawa, what did you do last night for you to get this applause from shareholders? Something went on that maybe we are not aware of. Next to Hawa is Alhaji Kabir Rabiu. Mr. Finn Arnoldson, the one and only Finn, forever Finn. And of course, Mr. Chima Maduko. So, thank you so much. Physically present as well at the meeting are Ajibola Ajayi, Chairman of the Statutory Audit Committee. My good brother, can you stand up? Okay, well, good, so we can see you. Alhaji Kabiru Tambari. And Mr. Odarende Tayo. Our three members of the Audit Committee. We also have the representatives of the following regulators. We have Godstime Iwanikai. Good. Representing the Nigeria Exchange Group Limited. Graham Omenka, representing SEC. And Bilkisu Buhari, representing the Corporate Affairs Commission. Thank you for making time to come and support us and, of course, to also perform your duties. We also have representatives of Mrs. PwC, our independent auditors. Thank you. Represented by Tolu. Thank you, Tolu. While Mrs. Bukola James Cole represents Africa Prudential, our registrars. can see everybody is happy that they're here, meaning that maybe by tomorrow everybody should be seeing the alerts. Inshallah. All right, thank you. Finally, and most importantly, I wish to acknowledge the presence of our esteemed shareholders who have been very supportive throughout the year. Thank you for coming. Company Secretary, I would want you to please read the notice convening the meeting. Thank you.
Good morning, distinguished shareholders, directors, regulators present, ladies and gentlemen. So the notice convening this meeting is on page 63 of the annual report. Notice of 7th Annual General Meeting. Notice is hereby given that the 7th Annual General Meeting of BUA Cement PLC will hold on Thursday, August 31st, 2023 at the Congress Hall of Transcorp Hilton, number 1 Aguironsi Street, Maitama, Abuja, at 11 a.m. to transact the following business. Ordinary business. 1. To lay before the members the audited financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2022, together with the report of the auditors, directors, and audit committee thereon. To declare a dividend. 3. To re-elect the following directors, retiring by rotation: Khairat Abdrazak Godebe, Fin Analson, and Shehu Abubakar. 4. To authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors. 5. To elect the members of audit committee. 6. To disclose the remuneration of the managers of the company. Special business. 7. To approve the remuneration of the directors. 8. To consider and, if thought fit, pass the following resolutions as special resolutions. A. Pursuant to Article 45, Sub 1C of the Companies Article of Association, the requirement of Section 124 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAMA 2022, and Regulation 13 of the Companies Regulation 2021, the companies on issued shares of 6,135,645,940 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each from the existing shares of the company be and is hereby cancelled. B. The issued share capital of the company be and is hereby declared as 33,864,354,060 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. C. Clause 6 of the Memorandum of Association of the company be and is hereby amended to read as follows. I quote, the share capital of the company is 16,932,177,030 naira divided into 33,864,354,060 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. D. The portion to Section 11 of the Business Facilitation Miscellaneous Provision Act 2022, the Articles of Association of the company be and is hereby amended by the insertion of a new Article 50 Sub 1 to read as follows. A member of the company or proxy may participate in any general meeting of the company via teleconference, video conference, or using any other technological means that allow the participating member to hear and be heard. Any person so participating in person or by proxy shall be deemed to be present in person at the meeting and shall be entitled to vote and be counted in determining a quorum. Thank you. By order of the board, Satomi Hawa.
Thank you, CS. I will now report on the affairs of your company during the year under review. The chairman's statement appears on pages 13 to 16 of the 2022 annual report. Okay, I was going to ask. You beat me to it. Thank you. So do I have your permission to take the chairman's statement as read? Unanimous? Thank you very much. Thank you, distinguished shareholders. I will now ask the representative of the external auditors to read the auditor's report. So, representative of auditors.
Thank you.
PwC? Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr.
Good morning,
Oshino.
Mr. Chairman.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Board of Directors and distinguished shareholders. Our independent auditor's report is on pages 74 to 77 of the annual reports and accounts. Mr. Chairman, distinguished shareholders, please permit me to read the abridged version of the audit report. Thank you. Independent Auditor's Report to the members of BUA Cement PLC. Report on the audit of the financial statements. Our opinion. In our opinion, BUA Cement PLC's, the company's financial statements, give a true and fair view of the financial position of the company as at 31 December 2022 and of its financial performance and its cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards and the requirements of the Companies and Allied Matters Act and the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Act. What we have audited. We have audited BUA Cement PLC's financial statements, which comprise the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income for the year ended 31 December 2022, the statement of financial position as at 31 December 2022, the statement of changes in equity for the year then ended, the statement of cash flows for the year then ended, and the note to the financial statements, which include a summary of significant accounting policies. Basis for opinion. We conducted our audit in accordance with International Standards on Auditing, ISAs. Our responsibilities under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibilities for the audit of the financial statements section of our report. We believe that the audit evidence we have obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for our opinion. Independence. We are independent of the company in accordance with the International Code of Ethics for Professional Accountants, including International Independence Standards, i.e. the IESBA code issued by the International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants. We have fulfilled our other ethical responsibilities in accordance with the IESBA code. I will now move to page 77, where we have the report on other legal and regulatory requirements. The Companies and Allied Matters Act requires that in carrying our audits, we consider and report to you on the following matters. We confirm that we have obtained all the information and explanations which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, we are necessary for the purposes of our audits. The company has kept proper books of accounts so far as appears from our examination of those books, and returns adequate for our audits have been received from branches not visited by us. The company's statement of financial position and statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income are in agreement with the books of accounts and returned. Signed by Oladele Oladipo for PricewaterhouseCoopers Chartered Accountants, Lagos, Nigeria, dated 24 February 2023. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Oshino. Thank you very much. I would also now want Mr. Ajibola Ajayi, Chairman of the Statutory Audit Committee, to please read the report of his committee.
Thank you, Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, my name is Ajibola Ajayi. I'm presenting this report on behalf of the following members that I will request that they should stand up for recognition. Alhaji Kabiru Tambari, Mr. Oderinde Taiwo, Alhaji Kabiru Rabiu, Alhaji Shehu Abubakar. I'm pleased to inform you that they all attended all of the meetings throughout the year. The report will be abridged, I will start with the first paragraph on page 71. The Audit Committee is pleased to present the report for the financial year ended 31st December 2022 in compliance with Section 404, subsection 7 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. The committee has the oversight responsibility for the company's financial statement. The Audit Committee is an independent statutory committee appointed by the shareholders and the board. The committee performs its functions on behalf of BUA Cement PLC. Kindly permit me to read only the certification page on the certification statements on page 73. Please, your permission is requested here, please. In compliance with the provisions of Section 404, subsection 7 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, we report as follows. We have ascertained and hereby confirm that the accounting and reporting policies of the company are in accordance with legal requirements and agreed ethical practices. The scope and planning of audit requirements for the year ended 31st December 2022 are adequate. We are satisfied with the external auditor's management report for the year ended 31st December 2022, as well as the response of the management thereto. I've signed this report on behalf of all members of the Audit Committee on 22nd of February 2023. Like I said, members of the committees are my humble self, Ajibola Ajayi, Oderinde Taiwo, Kabiru Tambari, Kabiru Rabiu, and Alhaji Shehu Abubakar. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ajayi. Thank you. The first item, we're moving on now. The first item on the agenda is to lay before you the annual report and the audited financial statements for the period ended 31st December 2022, together with the reports of directors, auditors, and audit committee thereon. I now lay before you the annual report for the financial year ended 31st December 2022, and will be pleased to take your questions and comments on the annual report before we proceed to the next item on the agenda. I'm sure you have a copy of the report, all of you. Thank you. So to aid in our responses to your questions, may I kindly ask that you refer to the page of the annual report to which your question relates. In asking questions or sharing comments, I urge members to be brief to afford other shareholders an opportunity to also do the same. Please remember to raise your hand to indicate your wish to ask questions, and kindly wait until I call on you to speak. Once called on to speak, please state your name clearly before asking your questions or making your comments. Well, let's start with BC. Let me have a gender. I'm a bit of gender sensitive. Doctor, after BC, you come.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, Board of Directors, Regulatory Authority present, my co-shareholders, good morning. My name is Mrs. BC Bakari. I'm the National Coordinator of Pragmatic Shareholders Association of Nigeria. First and foremost, Mr. Chairman, I want to commend and congratulate the entire board of BUA Cement PLC for a job well done. We've done very well.
Thank you.
This is a very good result, and I hope we are going to keep it up. Having said that, Mr. Chairman, I want to use this opportunity to really commend our company secretary for a job well done. She has done very well, Mr. Chairman. If you call her 7 o'clock, some company secretary will not pick your call anytime from 7 p.m. I don't know about Saturday, but during the week, anytime you call her, she will pick your call. If she didn't pick it, even if she was in a meeting, she will text you that I will call you back. Definitely, she will call you after our meeting. Well done, madam, and I want you to continue. Also, Mr. Chairman, I want to also commend and congratulate her for her confirmation of appointment from the acting company secretary, Ms. Awa Satomi. Congratulations, madam. Having said that, I will go straight to the business of the day. Page 7. That is our company's philosophies. Looking at it, Mr. Chairman, this is highly commendable. That is your vision, mission, and value proposition. This is very good. But, Mr. Chairman, I want us to look at our value proposition. I want to ask that, how do we hope to strengthen our distribution outlets to at least 30 states and several local governments area, and ensure that the price of cement is much more avoidable to the general public, Mr. Chairman? Page 8. Mr. Chairman, I noticed that our capacity utilization attained dropped by 8% from 68% to 60%. I would like to ask that why do we have reduction in our capacity utilization by 8%? Page 9. I want to talk on our host communities. So I want to specially commend the board and management for bringing positive development to lives in our host communities, Opela and Sokoto. This is highly commendable also. Page 11, that's on our value creation, cement consumption per capita. Mr. Chairman, it was mentioned on this page that the cement consumption per capita for 2022 were not available as at the time of printing this annual report. Sir, the account we are considering is as at 31st December 2022. On that note, we want to know how far have we fared. At least by now, you should be able to tell us how far we fare as at second quarter of 2023. We would like to know, especially in Nigeria. Page 34 to 31, corporate governance report. This is also highly commendable, Mr. Chairman, especially the board and board committee meetings attendance. Directors attended their meetings 100%. This is very good, and I want them to keep it up. Secondly, Mr. Chairman, on the same page, I commend our whistleblowing policy. This is very good for treating all matters reported with confidentiality and the identity of the whistleblower that are well protected, and our succession policy is highly commendable. Please keep it up. But Mr. Chairman, next time we should include management and staff training policy as well. This is very necessary, because I noticed that we only mentioned directors training policy. What happened to our management and staff? Please, next time, let us have their policy in place as well. Page 15. Oh, sorry, I'll talk about that. Page 16. Page 16. I want to really commend our company for a declaration of dividend of 2 naira 80 kobo from earnings per share of 2 naira 98 kobo, and compared to 2 naira 60 kobo paid in the previous year. This is highly commendable. Please let us appreciate them for that. Still on page 16, Mr. Chairman, I would like to know the status of level of completion of line 3 and 5 at ABUJA and Sokoto plant, which is scheduled for first quarter of 2024, and which will bring the plant expansion of plant to 17 metric tons per annum. I would like to know how far we have gone about that. Page 63, Mr. Chairman, that is on our notice of the meeting. Special business, 8D. I want to really commend the chairman, board, and management of BUA Cement for bringing this resolution to shareholders for approval. Of course, we are going to approve it. Some companies, they don't bring it to shareholders for approval. They just go ahead to continue. So I want to really appreciate you for bringing it to our attention. Page 78, on the financial performance. I want to commend the improved financial performance, which saw revenue increase by 40% from 257.3 billion to 360.9 billion, the best that has ever achieved in the last 5 years. Congratulations, sir. This also resulted in an improved bottom line of 12% to 101 billion on the back of an improved finance income from 620.6 million to 1.91 billion. Despite the high cost of sales, increase in borrowing, which resulted in the increase in the finance cost from 0.7 billion to 10.553 billion, though there is still room for improvement. My concern here, Mr. Chairman, is our trade and other payables that moved from 22.3 billion to 78.1 billion. On page 125 or 22 also, only trade payable moved from 3.48 billion to 52.58 billion. Also, on page 102, note 3.1.1, foreign currency denominated balances, trade payables moved from 18.6 million to 34.424 billion. Please, Chairman, any explanation for this? And lastly, that is on our administrative expenses, distribution expenses, and so on. I just want us to look at it and improve upon them. Once again, thank you very much for the opportunity given to me.
Thank you, Mr. BC. Dr. Farouk, please.
Thank you, Chairman. I will avoid repeating what BC has said. Mr. Chairman, my name is Dr. Farouk Umar, President Association for the Advancement of the Rights of Nigerian Shareholders. Mr. Chairman, I was a former director of Ashaka Cement since 1992. This is 30 years. And also a former director of Sokoto Cement. And Mr. Chairman, I've seen a lot of changes, and when I come to talk on what the minister is talking about the price of cement, I will briefly bring my experience. Mr. Chairman, the performance is commended. The share price from 8 naira today, every shareholder of BUA Cement must be very happy. You can see that you have added a lot of value to all of us. And Mr. Chairman, not only that, the expansion you are doing, Sokoto Cement now with 4 plants, 11 million metric tons, you are still expanding the business, which will add to our profitability. Mr. Chairman, I'm particularly impressed with the fact that our EBITDA is almost 30%. And for an industry like ours, this is very good for our business. Mr. Chairman, in your statement, you have spoken about corporate governance, which is very good. But Mr. Chairman, I look at the board. Only Hirat is a female on the board. We need one more. We should have 3, but even if you add 1 female, it will again increase our percentage of gender representation. And Mr. Chairman, I've also looked at the boards. We have quality directors, experience, but Mr. Chairman, as you know, the world is changing. We are now moving to technology. And I have not seen, Mr. Chairman, either on the board or on the management, somebody who is an expert in IT. I'm pleading with you, one, to include IT in one of the committees. If you can, like other boards have done, you can have a whole committee on information technology. If you see now, we have this artificial intelligence. There are so many things that we can do to reduce cost. Alternatively, in the management, we should have somebody who is knowledgeable in IT. Mr. Chairman, you have been commended by BC, but the award that was given to our company is very, very commendable. We got the best premium quality cement brand at Global Quality Excellence Award held in Lagos. And I think we should clap because this is the highest award any cement company has been awarded. And we congratulate you. Mr. Chairman, I also want to say that I have seen an innovation. You know, the CEO, Benji, rather than make a statement, it was question and answer. Most of the questions we would ask you, the questions have been laid there and they have been properly answered. And this will save us a lot of time at this AGM. But Benji, I want to ask you, with this problem in Niger, how has it affected our business in terms of exporting our product? I know we are very close, Sokoto Cement, to Niger, and I have seen even what the chairman did. He donated $3 million to that country. And that is why we hope and pray that this issue of Niger will be resolved amicably, because we don't want anything that will affect our cement business, and we don't want anything that will make us reduce our profitability through export. Mr. Chairman, I also want to say that BC has spoken about the social corporate responsibility we have done, but more than that, I keep telling people that, you know, during the COVID, we have seen what you personally did to this country. We have seen what you have donated. Now universities, you have donated 1 billion naira to so many universities. I think we should commend you for that. People who think that we are making profit, they should also look at what you are doing. In fact, to me, what you are doing is you are giving out the profit you are getting. More than that, Mr. Chairman, maybe people may not be aware, but we who know what you have been doing, helping people, I will give you an example with my wife's friend. She came to my house. You have never known her. You have never seen this woman. Yet you sent 1 million zakat to her through Rabi Ugambo. You know, and this is exactly what we will need people to do. She said she has never seen you, but because of Rabi Ugambo, you asked him to give you 20 names, and he included her. I think we should clap for him. And also, shareholders, if I tell you my personal experience, I have to say, I know you will not want me to say it, but I will say it here. Okay, yeah. Well, I have seen that you have indicated training directors. And this is why I want to make this comment. When I was on the board, Mr. Chairman, you sent me 4 times to Harvard University Business School. You sent me to INSEAD for 6 months. And I have certificate from these 2 organizations. And when I left the board, 5 years after I left, I had to complete 2 courses for me to get the corporate director certificate. You paid for it. I had left the board 5 years, but this man paid for this. I think this shows the kind of person you are. Mr. Chairman, let me not let me conclude by one statement. The Minister of Works, Umahi, has said that he is going to, from the complaints he got from contractors, he's going to now look at which one is cheaper, either to import cement or to allow us to produce cement. Mr. Chairman, the minister should know that in Nigeria today, inflation is 22.4% as of May. Now, how does he want us to survive? We have put our little money, you are making profit for us, and anybody who is thinking of allowing importation of cement does not mean well for this country. And I know President Tinubu is somebody who has started very well, and I know he would not allow the importation of cement because we have staff that we have employed, we have shareholders, we have dealers, so many people are benefiting. Mr. Chairman, with the devaluation of Naira, where do we get money to buy our spare parts? When I was on the board of Ashaka in 1992, cement was 8 Naira per bag, but dollar was 8 Naira. How much is dollar today? I think the government, if they want you to reduce the price of cement, they should give you dollar at 100 Naira. Then I will say, yes, you will reduce the price of cement. Apart from that, Mr. Chairman, we should be aware that we have poor gas supply in this country. Not only do we have that, you are paying for the gas in foreign exchange. How do we survive? Government should allow the cement companies to pay for the gas in Naira, not in dollar. Mr. Chairman, we also know that we are paying a lot of tax. As shareholders, we pay 10%. As company, we pay 30%. Local government will come. We are paying a lot of taxes. And if they want you to reduce the price of cement, they should waive for 5 or 10 years the tax we are paying. Then the interest rates, Mr. Chairman. Banks now have increased the interest rate, and that is also a burden on us. Mr. Chairman, I hope and pray that government will not allow cement to be imported into this country. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, His Excellency, former representative of French economic team in Nigeria, I want to talk on page 7 of the annual report. I mean, what you are seeing today is the beauty of having a physical meeting. Physical meeting. That's why your shareholders were able to appreciate you. I don't want to talk too much on what my colleagues have said, but now I just want to talk about the company secretary. You see, when you have a woman using left to right, she'll be very humble. She'll be very humble. You have a beautiful secretary and a humble secretary. Two things combined together. So that's a plus for you. And you know that even you yourself, you have a baby face. If you see your face on page 13, every woman will want to marry you, not you marrying them. But what I'm saying is that that is part of humility. People's face will actually indicate what such person will do. If you have an ugly face, people will run away from you, and you'll be acting ugly. So I want to congratulate God that created you to have this kind of face. That if you look at that page, you will see your face. It's very admirable. Mr. Chairman, as I said, to talk about this annual report, I am very happy that I am here. You know, I want to talk about page 7. The first item on page 30, which is company philosophy, our vision, is to be highly competitive market leader in Nigeria. And you need to still work further on this by breaking it down. Get experts to break it down. We will achieve that. Now, let me give you a practical experience. I came from my village yesterday in Omahia to attend this meeting. A bag of cement is 5,500 there. Why are they encouraging people to build, to invest? No. 5,500 apart from the transport costs. So you need to look into this, just like maybe Farouk said, although Farouk was apolitical, and me, I'm going straight on the issue. You need to look into this pricing of cement if we really want people to have habitation where they can live. You know, it's very important. And we are to produce the market, we are to produce and market high quality cement for national development. This also translates to bringing down the price of cement. It's very important. If you go further and see what they wrote there, as we are professional and easy to deal with supplier of premium brand of cement that provide reliable doorstep delivery. How do we achieve this? Because this will help us to move up on the ladder of scale if we're able to do this. So many people are ignorant that this cement is good. But when we're able to have such a system in place, you will see we'll be able to move up the ladder. Competition is good. There's nothing wrong about competition. I think I've discussed this privately with you for a very long time. So let's see how we are going to achieve this. It's very important. I also share the opinion of my colleagues on page 9. The host community, they say water is life. You have given them water. And they will always be happy that they have water to drink. It's very important. The disclosure on this annual report is very fantastic. Bishop Akure will say fantastic. It's very fantastic. So because the disclosure is very clear. Everything you want. They told us the amount of gas, the amount of all this, sustainability report. This sustainability report is very good. I appreciate it. And I'd like us to give the management and board a round of applause for this. Mr. Chairman, the directors, they have done well. But what we are saying is that the more we ask for more, the more they will continue to do well. So we are asking for more. We must make sure that our dividend will not go down below what you paid this year. It must go up. So some of us are looking for legitimate money to take care of our body and soul. And that's why we have invested. Especially people like me, who it is by the grace of God that I'm still alive. So I need money to take care of myself. Yeah. Mr. Chairman, I don't want to go the level of Farouk and BC because there are certain things that we can just, one word can summarize everything. So please, I want to find out from you how this cement, our cement will be in Omahia and will be acceptable by the builders, the poor people who are trying to build 2 rooms, 3 rooms. Even in Lagos, there are people who are trying to build just room and parlor to run away from landlord harassment. So how do they get this cement and be able to pay for it and use it and see the beauty of BUA cement? It's very important. After the meeting, I will have to see whoever is in charge of distribution because I need cement myself. Yes, I will pay. I don't want free cement. I will pay. I will pay. I need cement for what I am doing in the village. I need cement. Mr. Chair, I think this summarizes all that, like somebody said, already the meeting had been done before it got to us with the answer and questions. The meeting has been done. It's very clear. Let me once again congratulate the answers that you have given to the questions raised. They are very important questions and important answers. Mr. Chairman, I have a message for you from the shareholders, but that will be immediately after the question and answer period. So I want to thank you. Thank you very much. And happy birthday. May you live long for us.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will come to you.
Thank you, our amiable chairman.
My name is Tunji Bamidele. I'm a national president of Starlight Shareholder Association of Nigeria, member of G8 Shareholder in Africa. Our amiable chairman, I'm standing on a sitting protocol. I have some...
Order, please.
Thank you for the privilege. There are some attributes, my chairman, we notice. You are a leader from the best, in the community, in the nation. Globally, you are a good leader. And a good leader needs a good followers. We are taken as a task to be a follower of a good leader. And on our own constituency, my chairman, I don't want to say it, but for you to hear it. We are a follower that we are continue pray once a week for you and fasting. For you, your life to be long and sustained. My chairman, not to that alone, we observe your humility, in which we, incoming leaders, try to emulate, and your transparency and accountability. Sir, my chairman, we really appreciate you. I have few observations here. My observation is that page 53 to 59, shareholding structure. In the shareholding structure, my chairman, both direct and indirect, about 96%. And in line with the regulatory requirements, we need about 20% for free float. I want to appeal to the chairman, because a lot of people looking for the stock in the market are unable to get it. Sir, with humility, you can release more for the market to be able to participate and get more from yours, because you have more than enough. Secondly, sir, there's certain thing come to my mind when I look at the page 78, area of finance costs. Your finance cost moved from 1.7 billion to 10.5 billion. Sir, we need little bit explanation on it. Vis-a-vis, there's no increase in borrowing. I want to know reason where there's the movement to that level. What are the efforts to reduce carbon emission or carbon footprint to the 0% in our industry? Because globally, this is the direction where everything goes. What modality are you putting in place, my chairman, for our product available and affordable, in line with my other predecessor? Available and affordable.
Avoidable or
available and
available?
Available. Allow me, my chairman. In terms of the pricing of efficiency and effectiveness. Finally, before final, sir, last year, my chairman, we appeal to you as a shareholder that there is an increase in the OBU Opella. A lot of things, and we appeal to you that if we could be able to get a chance from you, we'd like to see what's going on there as a shareholder. And appointment of minority shareholder in the board. Please, as my leader said, can you consider one of us in this arena? Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Tunde. Mukhtar. Mukhtar, quickly. We'll come to Southwest.
Mr. Chairman.
So am I.
Mr. Chairman, our distinguished board and management of Sokoto BUA Cement, Sokoto, regulators present, distinguished fellow shareholders, good morning, good afternoon already. Yes, good afternoon, yeah. This is, my name is Alaji Otumba Mukhtar, chairman of the Trusted Shareholders Association of Nigeria, and Otumba of the whole of Yoruba land. Mr. Chairman, you can see a lot of good things have been said about you and the company and the managers of the company. And all these are facts, Mr. Chairman. They are not speaking out of just mere fantasies. There are things that have been established, things that everybody can clearly see. So if any one of us stand up to say the good things about the company, it is because they are such. Therefore, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, yes. Mr. Chairman, we must admit that, yes, your captivating personality, your strong, patient, and mentoring personality have continued to drive the group. It has continued to motivate the managers of this company in order to give us the excellent performances we are seeing today. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, as one of us have said, we must register our thanks to the Almighty for making you to be like that. This is a very, very, good, personality trait, Mr. Chairman, because you have helped the company to grow to this level. 7 years ago, nobody had anticipated this, phenomenal growth. But because of your commitment and persistent, love for performance, this is what BUA had turned into. We commend you, Mr. Chairman. Please appreciate the chairman now. Mr. Chairman, we can always see year in, year out. Every year we come here to see the clearly very consistent line of profits and performances. Mr. Chairman, the revenues of the company rose by 40.3% in just one single year, from 257 billion naira to almost 362 billion naira, Mr. Chairman, in just a single year. I can't even know how you achieved this, in spite of all the, the difficulties we have had in the year. I think, Mr. Chairman, this is very, very commendable. Mr. Chairman, we also appreciate the commissioning of the 3 million metric tons per annum last year of the Line 4 in Sokoto, which has brought our total capacity to 11 million metric tons per annum. And Mr. Chairman, we also acknowledge and appreciate the expansion efforts the company has been putting in. At Obu, Line 3 will be soon coming up. At Sokoto again, the Line 5 will also come up with a combined capacity of 6 million metric tons. Mr. Chairman, I think all these things are very, very commendable, and it shows the vision you have for the company. It has shown that, yes, you are there to make our company to grow and not to be retarded. Mr. Chairman, we commend you for this, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, we also appreciate that in November last year, BUA Cement was awarded the best premium cement quality brand at the Global Quality Excellence Awards. I think, Mr. Chairman, this is a very, very important recognition. It has already, well, tallest man in Lagos and Nabia. He said I should be brief. Mr. Chairman, this award is very, very significant, and we appreciate that. Mr. Chairman, I'm happy, as I've always said, that our company is run by very, very good professionals. All of them, they are ICT professionals. Apart from the core field that they have, studied, they are all core ICT professionals. That is why I see the company is being driven.
Finally, Mukhtar.
Mr. Chairman, I appreciate the Managing Director, Chief Executive of the company for the hard work they have put in. I appreciate Alhaji Kabiru Rabiu. Not only me, all of us who appreciate Alhaji Kabiru Rabiu because of his capacity, Mr. Chairman. You can see the whole BUA group, how he has been able to
finally
undertake his work, Mr. Chairman. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, we appreciate Alhaji Kabiru Rabiu and we love him. We like the good work he has been putting in. Mr. Chairman, Alhaji Kabiru appreciate you. To our company secretary, Mr. Chairman,
Finally.
I say, Hawa, please keep up with the beautiful work you have been doing. You keep up. You see the acknowledgements you received there today. It's because people have recognized that, yes, you are the Iron Lady. You are a good performer, and people appreciate you.
Thank you.
Lastly, Mr. Chairman,
Otumba.
lastly, Mr. Chairman, lastly, you see, Mr. Chairman, anytime you will speak about Obu, we just see some imaginations. Because you have never taken us to a facility tour of the company. But as for Sokoto, anytime we talk about Sokoto, we can clearly see the company in our eyes. So, Mr. Chairman, when are you selecting some of us to go on the facility tour? And I also call on you, Mr. Chairman, that when the lands 3 and 5 are going to be commissioned in Sokoto and Obu, please, Mr. Chairman, invite some of us to be there. So that at least we can be part of the progress, we can be part of the good things that are happening to the company, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you. Adetutu.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm standing on existing protocol. My name is Barrister Adetutu Shinyobola. I'm the president of Highly Favored Shareholders Association. Mr. Chairman, I have some observations, comments, questions, and suggestions on BUA Cement PLC 2022 annual reports and accounts. With your kind permission, I will quickly run through them.
Go on.
Thank you so much, sir. From page 39 to 42, attendance at board meetings and board committee meetings. I observe an 100% attendance in the year under review. This is highly commendable. Please keep it up. On page 46 to 52, the beautiful faces and profile of the board of directors. I observe that we have only lady in the board of 8 directors, which amount to 12.5%. This is unacceptable on gender balancing, Mr. Chairman. We have to improve on it going forward. Likewise, on page 53 to 56, the beautiful faces and the profile of the management team. I observe that we have a single lady in the management team of 9 members, which amounts to 11%. This is unacceptable on gender balancing as well. We have to improve on it going forward. The only lady in the management team is our beautiful CS, which is the first female of company secretary of this company. We are commending you for appointing her at this moment. Kudos to you, sir. On page 57 and 58, item 5, directors and directors' interest. I observe that 7 out of 8 directors have our shares attached to their names directly and indirectly in the year under review. This is also commendable. Please keep it up. On page 59 and 60, item 8, charitable donations. I have observed that our CSR in the year under review centered on health, education, youth empowerment, and community development. I just want to implore us that next time we should extend it to social welfare by reaching out to the orphanages, the old people's home going forward. On page 79, statement of financial position. Trade receivables under current assets reduced from almost 119 million naira to 17.6 million naira in the year under review. This is also commendable. Please keep it up. I also observe, finally, I observe that we have not made use of our annual reports to showcase our products to the world to see. Going forward, we should showcase all our brand of cements, at least as a means of advertising them cheaply. It won't cost us more than what it's costing us to do that now. Thanks, and God bless you for this opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Alhaji Ahmed. Okay, after we'll do one more there. And that will be
Honorable
it,
Chair,
because we don't have time.
the chairman
Ahmed.
and our distinguished board members, my name is Ahmed Rabiu. Our leaders and fellow shareholders. A lot has been said, and I had penciled a lot to say, but I will narrow to just 2 items. Yes. One is the issue of policy somersaults. Situations are created by circumstances, and oftentimes reasons for policies that have been enthroned are forgotten by those in charge, and they bring in new things that sometimes make the sacrifices made by Nigerians to nothing. Just recently, when we ran into the crisis that we found ourselves in, we had Mr. President declaring state of emergency for food. And there were informations that food was going to be imported into this country. We know what we went through, what we suffered to have the rice mill and other food production in the country. The moment you import food, then you are going to create a situation that will be too counterproductive. On matters of cement, which is the major issue for the reason that we are gathered here, we know the components that have been highlighted by colleagues. We know the cost of funds. We know how much you can borrow from the banks. We know so many challenges around. Movement from one point to the other is not to be done by BUA. It's not to be done by the business members or by us shareholders that contribute from the money that we give, that you pay tax to 30%, that we also pay from our dividend, that we make all these sacrifices only for a turnaround and a suggestion that because there are challenges today, not caused by our company management, not caused by a US board, not caused by anybody, but those in charge of policies, to just wake up and say that the floodgate is open for cement to be brought in. When that happens, what is going to happen to your investment and to our investment and to the investment of others in cement? Definitely it will be counterproductive, and it will affect the economy. The number of persons you're employed, so many things that are there to say government has to look again and ensure that nothing that will cause more harm to the economy is done. Finally, the issue of our free float that we always like to clamor for. We just recently have some companies that come in to say, look, give you an offer, we take it over, and we buy because certain circumstances will present themselves that more money will be required by our company. And when that comes, and you issue a public, you make an IPO, or you come by any other way, I'm sure that time we will know where funds have to come to finance our business. So we support what you have done. We appreciate the quality report. We appreciate all the things that have been highlighted. And we pray that our company will grow to greater strength, and God will continue to enrich you and increase you in strength. Thank you so much. And our country will, in its own day, because we have now seen the trend in the world. These are things that bother all businessmen. Capital is a coward. We have just had one of our land borders closed. We have just heard of another coup in Central Africa. We have heard of this and that. These things affect all of us. And therefore, we must continue to pray that God will continue to intervene and all the issues will be resolved amicably. And we call on the government to appreciate. Africa is one bloc, and we must, as a people, try to unite like Europe has. And by the grace of God, it shall be a better environment. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. I think we have actually order. You know, I think we have taken enough questions, and I would want to be given the opportunity to address most of them, because almost everything that have been asked. No, because if we continue, I don't think we'll have time. So please. Order. Order. Please. Order. Shareholders, I plead with you to please allow me to answer these questions, because I don't want to miss any of the questions, because they are very important. So let me start with, please, gentlemen, please. Can I start BC order. BC, you started, and you discuss about the. Please, I think we need to make. You can give me the message after. I will see you one-on-one. Don't worry. I promise you. I promise you. Please, please. Because I know quite a number of us will be traveling soon. So let's try and address the questions. Let me start with the questions and comments raised by BC as regards to the distribution of cement that you would want us to have cement, all over the country. It is true that BUA cement is visible, but probably not in all the states of the Federation. And that is because the two plants that we have, both in Obu and Sokoto, are within certain regions. But I can assure you that very soon we are going to be visible all over the country because we have two lines that we will be commissioning, in fact, end of the year, not even January. We are hoping that by December the Sokoto, I think we'll be able to flash the kiln by November and Obu by December, God willing. The meeting today will take time. So we should be able to have cement maybe by the end of December at both plants. So once that happens, I think we'll be more visible all over. You mentioned also, or you wanted to know why the capacity utilization dropped last year. That is simply one, because of some of the issues that we faced. The issue of the roads all over the country. This year, 2022 and last year and this year, we've had a lot of issues, especially from Obu. The road network is very, very bad. In fact, we had a meeting with the state governments of Edo and Kogi State. We are trying to see how we can support so that, some of those roads are actually rehabilitated, and we want to support both states. Because that is, a big issue. It hampers the movement of trucks. It is a very big issue. And of course, the fact that we are commissioning additional lines both in Sokoto and Obu means that we need to address some of these problems, because the penetration needs to be better for us to be, actually competitive, and for us to be able to deliver more cement to our customers. So we are working very hard, and we are working together with the state government to see how we can support. In the northern part of the country, like Sokoto, the problem is not as bad as, in Obu. So we are working, towards that, and once that happens, the capacity utilization will definitely increase. You also mentioned that host communities are getting support, but we need to do more. We're actually doing quite a bit, and personally, it is something that I'm very passionate about, giving back, to the society. So I've always maintained that we need to support, the communities that we are present and are doing business with businesses. So Obu, we are building a hospital there, Yusuf, and we are doing quite a lot more. In Sokoto, I think we're about to commission a huge, hospital as well, and that we have done schools and everything, and we'll continue to do more. This is aside what ASR, which is my foundation, is doing. I'm talking about BUA cement itself. So we'll continue to do more because it's the only thing that you can do to support the communities. Because if you are doing business there and you are using and benefiting from the raw material within the areas, you need to support them. And we'll continue to do that. I know that BC, you believe that the performance is good, but we need to do more. Of course, we are working very, very hard to ensure that we perform better, because the two plants are running quite well. But we all know that we have issues, especially this year with the free float or devaluation, and then the price of energy or the cost of energy, the availability even, apart from the cost, and so many other things. So it is not really easy. It's very, very challenging. But, with all of that, we were able to do 100 billion. We believe this year is going to be even better, though, as we've all acknowledged, we have issues, we have challenges. But the price of cement has also gone up. I would address that issue, and also the importation, or the, what the Minister Omahi mentioned, that he's looking at the possibility of importing cement. Of course, government is frustrated, understandably so, because they see a situation where price of cement has gone up from, 3,000, 4,000. I mean, I don't know about 5,000. I know ex-factory were about 4,000 or 4,300 naira, but of course, dealers still take advantage. But I would address that, maybe later. The line 3 Obu and line 5 Sokoto, you asked when they will be completed. I mentioned that we're quite hopeful that by the end of the year, I will start clinker production, and by early January, should be able to have cement. Both lines are 3 million tons each, and that will give us 6 million tons, additional 6 million tons. So we'll be having 17 to 18 million tons capacity by early next year, God willing. So, and you also wanted to know why, we have a lot of trade payables and high, interest costs. That is simply because of the free float. So what happened, is that when should I say devaluation? I don't know whether it is the right word. Free float. I would rather the word free float. So when that happened, a lot of banks that opened letters of credit for some of our imports, last year and, 2 years back, based on clean lines, those LCs were based at the rate of between 450 to 500 naira per USD, okay? And then when this happened, all the banks converted or changed the exchange rate from 450, 500 to 700, 740. So, automatically the volume increased. Hence the reason why you are seeing this difference in between what we had last year and what we're having now. In fact, in our own case, it is much better than a lot of other companies, because we've not had, this huge, big exposure in terms of effects. Okay? Hence the reason why we're still able to declare what we declared. But of course, the 450 versus 700 or 750 is quite huge. So hence the reason why you saw that difference. Dr. Farouk, thank you so much for your comments. I know you are a member of the family. You are our director, but you decided to leave us. I don't know. But we are family. Thank you so much for those comments. And I know that you are still trying and working very hard, and supporting us. Your concerns regarding Niger Republic because of the border closure. I think it has affected us a bit, but not that, significantly, I don't think, MD. We were exporting quite a bit of cement. I think last year we did, before the border closure, we did about maybe, I don't know, 200,000 tons. About 100,000 tons of export. But you see, the thing is, with the huge demand in Nigeria, especially within that region, the export is good because you are able to earn FX, okay? But then again, the volume or the demand here in Nigeria is so huge that, you really do not need, to have the export, to be honest. And don't forget that Sokoto being the extreme end of the northern part of Nigeria, we serve that region very well, okay? So really it has not affected us that much. Although now with the free float or the devaluation, if you look at the exchange rate now, and you said the cement there, probably there is merit in trying to continue with the export. Although, and I know that a lot of people believe that the price of cement is high in Nigeria, and I tend to agree, that it is higher. But if you look at the price of cement, across Africa, you'll see that at 4,500 naira per bag, which translates to about 90,000 naira per ton, which again translates to about $100 a ton. That is below. Yes, that is below the price of, price of cement across Africa, to be honest, at $100 a ton. Hence the reason why, when I hear government saying that, oh, if we do not reduce price, we are going to allow imports. Imported cement to Nigeria today is going to be much higher than what is sold locally. That's the truth. Because the price of cement today, if you are to import it, will cost you nothing less than $100 per ton. At $100 per ton, C&F to Nigeria is 4,500 naira a bag at $900. Even at $800, it's 4,000, and that is 2 Nigerian ports. Then you probably have to pay taxes, you have to pay duty, you have to pay trucking, you have to pay port costs, you have to. So by the time you add all those, cement price, imported price of cement into Nigeria will be over 5,000, 5,500 naira. That is not the point though, because I understand where government is coming from. They are frustrated. They would want to see the price of cement. And I agree and I appreciate where they are coming from. So what I did is to sit down with our people to say, look, we have these 2 new lines coming on stream early next year. How do we help the government to see if really we can bring down the price of cement? And the beauty of this is that the businesses are making money, of course, because you invest a lot of money in these businesses. CapEx alone is in hundreds of millions of dollars to set up a single cement plant. So if you invest that kind of money, you are expected to make a margin somehow, okay? So we are expected to make some money. However, again, as I said, we are in a situation where Nigeria, because of the devaluation mainly, where prices of goods and services have really skyrocketed. Government needed to do that. We all know why, because you cannot have a situation where you have a rate of 450 or 500 and then you are not able to get it. It's not accessible really, and then you have to buy at 750 or 800 naira. So that needed to be done. Of course, the subsidy issue, as difficult as it is now, it is something that also needed to be done because we just could not afford the subsidy. We couldn't, and there were a lot of abuses. So I understand where government is coming from. At the same time, we also know because of the free float, it will be very hard, very difficult to sustain, in fact, to even have imports of cement into Nigeria. One, you need to go and look for the FX. Two, the exchange rate will be somewhere between 750, 800, and as I said, at that level you'll be higher than Nigeria. But for me personally, I believe, and I will reach out to the minister for us to sit down, I believe that we can support the government to reduce the price of cement. And we will do that. We have these 2 new lines that are coming on stream. So is that you shareholders will probably should be expecting a bit less of a dividend next year, which is okay. It's a sacrifice. We need to support the government, and we will do that. I think we need to do that. That is not to say, though, that we are doing that because we believe or we are worried that government will allow imports. No. Allowing imports to Nigeria will not make, government will not be able to get cement prices cheaper. No, it won't happen because the price of cement imported to Nigeria will be higher than what is sold locally. So what we are doing is trying to support the government, and we will do that. So reach out, yes. I will reach out to the minister. I will sit with him. And as I said, the beauty is that we have these 2 new lines coming on stream by the end of the year. This is not going to happen between now and December. It's going to happen once we start these 2 new lines, because then we'll be having 17 million tons. And if, for whatever reason, there is resistance, elsewhere, then we'll be able to at least support the government and compel others to bring the price down. And that is what we are going to do. I will discuss with, the minister, and we'll give a target. I'm not saying that, we'll see a substantial reduction in price, but I can assure you that we'll do something that at least the government will be comfortable with, and that shareholders will also get some money in dividends. So that, both parties, shareholders and government, both of us will be happy. So this is something that I'm going to work on, and I've already discussed this with my team, and I made it clear to them that the government means well. They need our support. This is a sacrifice, and we are going to support them. We are going to go ahead and reduce the price of cement from January next year. So I think I've answered, or addressed most of the comments by Dr. Farouk. My good brother and friend, Mr. Sonny Nwosu, by next year, cement in Umar here will be much lower than what it is today, I can assure you. So, yeah, just give it a bit of time. And it's not easy, surely, but again, Nigeria it's our country. It's the only country we have. So we have to do everything to see how we can support. So we'll continue to do that. I understand the frustration that government is going through. So we need to really see what we can do to support them. You mentioned you would like to see, the price of cement much lower than what it is today, but you are also requesting that you should see higher dividend. So I don't know. So how do we balance that? You are claiming, you are protesting the price of cement is high, but you also want higher dividend next year. How do we do it? All right, I will answer the question. Let me tell you, I think it is possible for us to do better than this year because of the increased volumes that we'll be having from January. We'll be having almost 40% of what we have now. So once we do that, we just need to see how we can address most of the issues, especially when it comes to logistics. We have imported 1,000 trucks, in anticipation of these 2 new lines. These 1,000 trucks have already, some of them have arrived. So once we have everything here in Nigeria, I think we'll push. My target is to be able to have 75 to 80% capacity utilization next year. And with that, because we need to have a lot more penetration in the market, so with that, I believe that we can actually reduce the price of cement from next year and still be able to give you more dividend than this year. So that is my promise. Okay? Thank you. So, Tunde, Bamidele, Tunji or Tunde? I got Tunji, but then I was given Tunji Bamidele, I was given Tunde, I don't know. So, Tunji, you want to buy my shares? I'm ready. Who are you? I appreciate where you're coming from, that, the free float is not as good as it should be. That is, really, we are happy. We are selling, and we'll continue to sell. And in fact, I need the money to go and do other projects. So we'll continue to sell. And I'm happy that, the appreciation of the shares, is really gone. We've done very well. And dividend also, so far, so good. And at this level, I'm really happy to substantially reduce my stake in the business. So we're discussing with some investors. They want to come and invest, especially now that, you can get a lot more naira with their dollars if you come in. So we're discussing, and I think maybe in the next few months we'll be able to substantially reduce what we have. The finance costs, I think I've addressed the reason why the finance cost is high, just because of the additional, money because of the devaluation. Again, that is why you are seeing, finance costs going higher than what we had before. You also mentioned, what are we doing in terms of going green? We are doing quite a bit, and if you check, you will see that Sokoto is using a lot more LNG, than coal, even though we are still using coal. But then again, we are trying to transit from, these fossils to, more greener energy. We are looking at all avenues, and we are discussing with a company in India that will come and maybe partner with us to have solar in Sokoto, because we have a lot of sun there. As a matter of fact, I am traveling to India. I've been invited by the presidency to go to India to attend the G20 meeting with His Excellency. So there is a company there that we are meeting with next week on this same subject, solar in Sokoto. So I think we're making progress, and it is something that we're working on. And again, you mentioned the shareholders to visit ABUJA. So we're happy to organize that. MD, can you please arrange for some of the shareholders to go and visit? And I think it's important for you to go and see your business, because I was there a few months ago. I think it was in July. Yusuf dragged me because he said I had not been there in almost 3 years. I know, and that is good. You know why? The fact that I've not been, that means they are doing a good job. Otherwise, I'll be going there every day. So I went there, and I was really amazed. I was really, really proud of what we have done, what we have achieved there. So I think it would be a good thing for the shareholders to go and see, because seeing is believing, honestly. So I think if we can have a small committee, set up a committee to organize shareholders that would want to go and, maybe visit, we will plan it. We'll take care of all the logistics, everything for you to go and see for a couple of days. I think it's important, especially Obu. I know that Sokoto, a lot of you have seen Sokoto plant, but Obu, because of, the road situation, maybe not as easy, but we will organize it. Again, we will have the commissioning, God willing, in January for both plants, so we'll invite most of you to come for the commissioning of the 2 plants, God willing. Yes. Otumba Mukhtar. Yeah. Mukhtar. Yeah, I know. So, your own was just commendation, and we thank you for that. You also requested that shareholders should be given the opportunity to go and visit both plants, and we will do that, inshallah. Who did? Oh, I'm really sorry. Our sympathies, huh? With her, I didn't know. I didn't hear. Yeah. Yes. So. Right. Okay. So my sister, there too. Lady Director. Yeah, Madam, maybe we should give you the position. Do you want to be a director of BUA Cement? You don't mind? Eh? Are you serious? Engineer, let's consider her. Yes. No, seriously, so let's do it, engineer, okay? Yes. Thank you. She's one of you, and she will now be one of us. So we'll give you the opportunity, madam, and thank you so much. But barrister, eh? Thank you. Come on, but Thank you. Thank you, madam. Congratulations. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. It's true. Thank you, madam. Kabata engineer. Abata. One committee. She's a lawyer. Thank you. No problem. No issues. Let's finish the meeting. It's okay. It's okay. You want to speak? All right, thank you. So I think I have addressed most of the questions. So let's make progress. Distinguished shareholders, can we please now continue and proceed with the formal business of this meeting? Declaration of dividend. Your favorite subject. The next item on the agenda is the recommendation of the directors to declare a gross dividend of 2 naira 80 kobo per one ordinary share of 50 kobo each to all shareholders whose names are in the company's register of members as of August 11th, 2023. I hereby move a motion to adopt the recommendation of the directors and approve the recommended gross dividend of 2 naira 80 per one ordinary share of 50 kobo to be paid to shareholders whose names appear in the company's register of members as at the close of business on the 11th of August 2023. Madam.
I rise to second that motion. My name is Alaja Sarata Iyabode Balogun. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So she has seconded. No, I won't forget. Registrar, can you kindly conduct the election and announce? Okay. Show hand, okay, no problem. So I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, re-election of retiring directors. So the next item on the agenda is the re-election of retiring directors. In accordance with Section 285, subsection 1 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, at the AGM in every subsequent year, 1/3 of the directors for the time being shall retire from office and be eligible for re-election. The directors retiring by rotation and by who being eligible have presented themselves for re-election are Mr. Finn Arnoldson, Karat Abdurazak Godebe, and Alaji Shehu Abubakar. Their profiles are on pages 46 to 52 of the 2022 annual report. I hereby move the motion that Finn, who is retiring by rotation and has offered himself for re-election, be and is hereby re-elected. Would please somebody, Mr. Finn, would please somebody? Don't worry.
Mr. Chairman, I, Boniface Okizia, rise to support that motion.
Thank you, Boniface. Those in favor? Those in favor? Thank you. The ayes have it. Thank you very much. All right. So, Mr. Finn, congrats. Okay. Karat, distinguished. I hereby move that my sister, distinguished Senator Kairat Abdurazak Godebe, who is retiring by rotation and has offered herself for election, be and is hereby okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Tunde Badmos. For her to come from London, as you said,
Yeah.
I hereby second the motion.
Those in favor? Thank you. Distinguished, congratulations. Mr. Shehu Abubakar. So, Mr. Shehu Abubakar, I hereby move that the re-election of Alhaji Shehu Abubakar, who is retiring by rotation and has offered himself for re-election, be and is hereby re-elected. Would someone please second this motion? Parahula. Baba, I'll come to you. Though I'll look at you.
My name is Alhaji Mohammed Atanda, Coordinator, Conference Shareholders Association of Nigeria, Chief Imam, Congress for Islamic Propagation, CONFIP in Nigeria, Director, Mufid, Group of Islamic Schools in Nigeria. I hereby support the motion, propose the motion.
Thank you. Those in favor? Thank you. Distinguished, congratulations. Thank you. Congrats. Alhaji Shehu, congratulations. So the next item on the agenda is to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the external auditors, PwC. Section 408 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act requires that the company fix the remuneration of external auditors in general meetings or in such manner as the company may determine in general meetings. I hereby move that the directors be and are hereby authorized to fix the remuneration of the auditors for the year ended 31st December 2023. Would someone please second the motion? I'll come to you.
I support that motion, Mr. Chairman. I am Goodluck Akpore.
Thank you. Those in favor? Thank you. I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. Election of members of the Audit Committee. The next item on the agenda is the election of members of the Statutory Audit Committee nominated in accordance with Section 404 sub 6 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. Please be reminded that by virtue of Section 2493 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, election of members of Audit Committee shall be by show of hands. So the directors have nominated to represent the board the directors nominated to represent the board on the Statutory Audit Committee are Alhaji Kabiru Rabiu, Non-Executive Director, Shehu Abubakar, Independent Non-Executive Director. Sorry. So the CS has confirmed you are saying 3 valid nominations, but have only 2.
Just 3.
But these are 2. Okay. Company has 3 valid nominations, and the members have been validly nominated to represent shareholders on the Audit Committee. Mr. Ajibola Ajayi, Alhaji Kabiru Abdullahi Tambari, Mr. Oderinde Akilolu Tayo. Can you please come and stand so we can see you guys? Okay. Distinguished shareholders, since there are only 3 nominees for the 3 shareholder slots on the audit committee, I believe it is an order for me to move that the 3 nominees be and are hereby returned unopposed. Can we have somebody to second? Baba.
Hi, Chief Timothy Adechiyon, retired President of Nigerian Shareholders Solidarity Association. I so second.
Those in favor, thank you. Consequently, I hereby declare that the following persons have been elected as members of the audit committee of the company until the conclusion of the next AGM. Mr. Ajibola Ajayi, Mr. Kabiru Abdullahi Tambari, Mr. Ororinde Akilolu Tayo, Alaji Kabiru Rabiu, and Alaji Show Abakar. Can you stand up? Show. So, I'm sure it's distinguished shareholders who have seen all of them, and we congratulate them. Sheikh, you are praying for you. Yeah. Congratulations. Next item. Thank you. Disclosure of the remuneration of the managers of the company. The next item on the agenda is to disclose the remuneration of the managers of the company pursuant to Section 238 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. The remuneration of the managers of the company is disclosed on page 131 of the annual report. This concludes the ordinary business of the day. Distinguished fellow shareholders, as indicated in the notice of the meeting, there are 3 items of special business before us at this meeting. The next item is a resolution to fix the remuneration of the directors of the company. I hereby move that the remuneration of the non-executive directors be and is hereby fixed at 6,500,000 naira and 8,125,000 naira for the chairman. Why am I getting so much money, madam? No, it's okay for now. You know, there is don't forget there is free float. Sit down, doctor, please. Shareholders should please note that the amount shall be payable in 4 quarterly installments. Okay. Would someone please second? You can second.
At last, my chairman, at last. I am Sir Olatunde Okelana, Balogun Olugban of Orile Igban in Oyo State. I am here to second that motion as read by the chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So it's hereby duly carried. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'll share some of the money with you. Next item, cancellation of the unissued shares. The next item on the agenda is the cancellation of the unissued shares of the company. I hereby move that in compliance with Article 45(1)(c) of the Article of Association of the company, Section 124 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, and Regulation 13 of the Companies Regulation 2021, the company's unissued share capital of 6,135,645,000 940 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each be and is hereby cancelled. Madam.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is David Adenike Okoyemi. I so do.
Thank you, Madam. So that pursuant to the above resolution, Clause 6 of the main act of the company be amended to read as follows. The share capital of the company is 16,932,177,030 ordinary shares divided into 33,864,354,060 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. I would like someone to please second this. We'll come to you. Don't worry. I will come. Don't worry.
Chairman, my name is Patrick Ajudu. I rise to second the motion.
Thank you so very much. I hereby declare that this motion has been duly carried. I hereby move that pursuant to Section 11 of the Business Facilitation Act 2022, thank you for reminding me, but I thought you were all in favor. Those in favor? Thank you. It's duly carried. Thank you. Thank you for drawing my attention to that omission. I hereby move that pursuant to Section 11 of the Business Facilitation Act 2022, the Article of Association of the company be and is hereby amended by the insertion of a new Article 50, subsection 1, as contained in paragraph 8di of the Notice of Annual General Meeting on page 63 of the annual report. Would someone please second the motion? Madam at the back, you.
At last, my father's birthday mate. I second
Really?
that motion.
Okay. I hope not the same age.
90 years, but it's late. 90 years, it is late.
Really? Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
I second the motion. My name is
Oh,
Mrs.
Miss
E.O.
Ross.
Obideyi.
Miss Ross, she's last year. Allahu Akbar. Amen. Those in favor, thank you very much. Duly carried. I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. So, distinguished shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the business of this meeting. Let me use this opportunity to thank you. Let me finish. Let me use this medium to thank you and to appreciate all of you shareholders, directors, professional partners. Order, please, order. Thank you. Somebody, order, please. Thank you. I would again, want to use this opportunity to appreciate all our shareholders, directors and professional partners for their support during the year. And on behalf of the Board of Directors, I want to thank you all for making time, for your attendance, for your support, for your love, for your friendship. Thank you so very much for coming. And as there is no any other business, I would want to please declare this meeting closed, and I would We want to call on Bishop to give us the Bishop Akpore. Why is he? Bishop. I didn't see the. Please bring him forward. Or is it supposed to be at the back? Bishop, okay, Akpore. Please give us a closing prayer. Thank you very much.
First of all, Chairman, I want to, on behalf of Nigerian shareholders, thank you for what you have done today. You made us proud. You made Nigeria proud. You made lawyers proud. You made shareholders proud. You have set a good record by appointing one of us. I was wondering, I said, will this lady be taking it? But you just did it in a jiffy. God will surely bless you. The God that I serve, the God that our people are serving here in Nigeria, in the world, will surely bless you. The strength you need, I speak in the name of the Lord. The strength you need to do more, today you are given. And no man can stop you. No power on this earth can stop you. As long as we live, as long as Jesus has approved his servant, as long as God has created heaven and earth, has made me to be his servant, I have spoken with the mouth of Jesus Christ. It shall be well with you. It shall be well with you. It shall be well with you. Nothing can bring you down. You will live because you know that others must enjoy. Because you know that others must live. You too, you must live. And you will live to the glory of God. I have said it today. Heaven has heard it, and that is how it must be. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Can I pray now? Our God, our King, our Maker, we thank you. We bless your name, O God, for you have done something good. Today's meeting has been very successful. We glorify your name for the gift of success in the name of Jesus. What I need now is to pray for your people to go home peacefully. You came in peace. Everybody must go home in peace. Everybody say a better amen. And so our God, King of glory, your servant has already declared the meeting closed. Holy Spirit, take over and lead your people from now onward. For in Jesus' name I have prayed. Amen.
Please, national anthem, please. Can we rise for it?
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may we please rise for the national anthem.